Okay, this video is going to be a continuation of simplest polynomials. This time, they're going to throw in a little twist. This time, our roots are going to be negative root 5 and 2i. Anytime I'm solving an equation and I take the square root of both sides, I always have a plus or minus. So anytime I have a root that has a radical in it, I'm always going to have the conjugate. So the conjugate of this one is going to be root 5. The only way to get an I is when I have a negative under the radical. That means I had to take the square root of this. Again, I'm going to have plus or minus. Since this one's positive, I need the negative root. Okay. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 roots. So building on what we learned earlier with our checks and balances, this should be a degree of 4. Okay, so this should have 4 roots total. It only has 2 real, 2 complex. Anything with an I would be complex. All right, so we're going to get our simplest polynomial. I'm going to pair up our like ones. So I have x minus a negative becomes positive, root 5. Minus a positive just leaves it as a negative. And then I'm going to have x minus a positive makes it minus 2i. And x minus a negative makes it a positive, so x plus 2i. This is my setup. Okay, to make this easier, I'm going to do these first two together and these first two together. They are difference of squares like we talked about earlier, so the middle terms are going to cancel. So here I get x squared minus 5. We've talked about how when I take the square root times the square root, when it's the same one, I'm left with the number on the inside. This is a positive times a negative, makes a negative. Now we're going to go to the next set. X times x is x squared. 2i times 2i, that's the same thing as multiplying any variables. It's going to give me 4i squared. Negative times a positive makes a negative. According to our I circle, we know that I squared is equal to negative 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean this up. This is like saying negative 4 times negative 1, which gives me a positive 4. Okay, now I'm going to FOIL. So I'm going to take x squared times x squared, which is x to the 4th. X squared times 4, positive 4x squared. Negative 5 times x squared, negative 5x squared. Negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. My last step is to put this in standard form and join my like terms. Here's my only like terms. X to the 4th minus x squared minus 20. Now what we are looking at here is check and balance. I said I had a total of 4 roots. It doesn't matter if they're real or complex. I have 4 roots and I have a power of 4. Check, balance. 2 real roots means it's going to have 2x intercepts. So when I graph this on my calculator, it's only going to touch twice. This means I've got 2 other roots, but they are not going to show up on the graph.